and welcome to my channel. My name is David and this is David's Closet if you're new here. Here we like to talk about handbags, accessories, small leather goods, all of those fantastic things from the male point of view on a budget. So if that's something that you find interesting, please hit that subscribe button below, and also please watch this video, comment, like, share, and then go back and watch my prior videos. If you are new here, there's quite a few. I've been doing this now for several years, so there's a good backlog of videos for you to get caught up on. And then also, if you hear any meowing, my little daughter, Veda, my little girl, is outside the door meowing like a banshee because she's cute and I love her. Big sister's downstairs in the basement with other daddy watching TV. But little sister wants to be in here where she knows she's not allowed because she's naughty. Love her, but she's naughty. So today's video is going to be a fun one. I am doing more of just like a talking video. I really want to review that bag. I think it's the large Amy nylon Prada bag. I just bought it. I just unboxed it. I'll link that below if you haven't seen it yet. I did an epic Prada and Marc Jacobs haul, and that was one of the bags, and I love it so much. I really wanted to film a review of it today, but I really didn't have the time to go through, stuff it, and, you know, be able to do what I want to do for a review. Good news, I have a listing going live next week. I'm filming this on Saturday morning, and you're going to see it Saturday afternoon, but I have a lot of paperwork to get done and a few other odds and ends to get that ready to go live next weekend. Probably next Wednesday or Thursday, I think, is when it's going to go live. So I'm busy, and then my full-time job, of course, is incredibly busy. So I want to be able to dedicate a good amount of time to film that video because I'm very passionate about that bag and I love it so much. So I am going to go ahead and skip that right now, but that will be coming for those of you who are curious about that bag. It is a new release from Prada. It's a current season, which for me is rare. Most of my bags are pre-loved and older, so love that. Speaking of current seasons, my bag of the day. I say bag of the day, bag of the week. It depends on when I want to change it, but I'm currently using my Ophidia medium tote. I think this is the medium tote. Another bag that I got new a couple years ago. I absolutely love this handbag so much. This is one where sometimes I feel like I should get rid of it because it is large and I don't use it as often. But every time I pull it down to use it, I remember why I haven't got rid of it yet. And I never am. So today's video is about hype bags. And of course, unless you live under a rock, you probably know that Coach has released a couple of their runway bags from spring, winter, fall, I think. I don't remember. But it was the giant Kisslock bag, which first was seen on Sarah Jessica Parker, of course, in addition to the runway show that they did in New York City. Love that bag. I want that bag so much. But of course, thanks to these two guys, my bag budget is shot and actually in the red, thanks to that one especially. So I frankly wasn't really seriously considering buying it yet. It's one of those bags, I feel like the Empire, for example, where it will come back eventually, and eventually I'll be able to get my hands on it. I hope. So holding my fingers there, but if not, it's not meant to be, it's okay. But we were talking about it in a group chat, and I believe Dawn or Winnie, someone said that they don't want it, or they want it, it's beautiful, but it's a hype, and it's a lot of money for a hype or something. And they're correct, 150 bazillion% correct on that. It's a bag that I even struggle to consider buying because will I really ever carry it? I don't know. And as I'm looking around my bag room, I do have a handful of bags now that I never carry, a few novelties and a few just very special handbags. And I kind of bought some of them on a hype and some of them I just truly felt passionate about. So it's really interesting to me when I think about a bag and how it's all hyped up. And then when you buy it, do you really want it? Or are you just buying it because you feel that you want it? Things of that nature. So we're going to kind of talk about that. So the bag was released here in the United States, I believe, in 3 colors: maple brown, black, and this like bubblegum pink color, and they're going to be popped up over the screen in some order. And they are huge. They are massive, floppy, no structure, with the exception of when they're stuffed, of course. And they do have the ability to have a short shoulder strap, or actually any shoulder strap you want to put on it. But it looks like it comes with just a simple crossbody with a pretty modest drop. Now this one is hyped really, really well because of the size, I think, part of it. And the fact that on the runway they had so many colors and cool materials and patches and all sorts of things. It was a little disappointing that they only really released it in 3 colors when they had so many other colors on the runway, which makes me feel like maybe there will be more coming. So another reason I really didn't jump to buy it. Right now, if I were to pick one, I would have picked the brown, and I could have bought one. It was in stock on Amazon because Ed of Ed Braun actually sent us a link in our group chat, and at first I missed it, and then I went back and checked the link a couple hours later, and it didn't say temporarily out of stock anymore. It said just add to cart, whatever. And I strongly considered it, but then I decided to hold off. And then of course it went out of stock, and then I had FOMO. But the question is, do I really want the bag, or do I just want the bag? And I really think I want it. I do. I think it's beautiful. I think it's such a unique silhouette. To me, it's classic Coach. I love the Kisslock, and I love how absurdly large it is and how floppy and just, you know, unstructured it can be. And then when stuffed, how beautiful and elegant it would look sitting behind me on a display. But at $695, that's not a cheap display bag. That's a very pricey display bag. You know, I'm looking in front of me right now. You can't see, but I have my Kate Spade Taxi and my little jam jar and my alligator wicker bag sitting up there. And the alligator wicker bag was expensive. It was about $500. But the other ones were the outlet version of the novelty shop, and they were under $200 each. So, you know, $200, I'm okay with spending that if it's something that I'm going to enjoy looking at. But $700 is a lot. So I'd kind of like to know what you guys think below. So let me know your thoughts on really expensive novelties and hype bags. Another bag that I have, and I think I can reach it. The only bag I have that I would consider to be a hype bag. And to me, I feel like when I think hype, I do think more novelty, traditionally. Now there are hype bags that are not. For example, like the re-editions, at one point those were definitely a very well-hyped bag, and those are not novelties. But when I think of them, I traditionally think of novelties, or a bag like a novelty, if that makes sense. So this is probably my most hyped bag. Of course, I didn't get it new. I didn't get it when the hype was really big, which is how I ended up getting a steal on this bag, because not long after getting it, within a year, Marc Jacobs re-released the tote bag, which I do have that as well. Another hype bag I guess I bought. And these did shoot up in price for a minute, but now they're kind of back down. But I still got a steal for the condition of this one. But this is one where I think I spent like $1,600 or $1,800 on this bag. It's a lot of money for a hype. It's a bag I've never carried. It's a bag I probably won't carry but maybe once or twice in my life. It's a bag that to me is special. It's decoration. It's a bag that I just want to collect and love forever because I think it's absolutely stunning, and I love the story behind it. I love the color, and I love that it's the OG original Sprouse Marc Jacobs era collection that happened. Now when it comes to hype bags though, for me, I traditionally will get them after the hype for the most part. For example, I'm again looking straight ahead. I can see my 2 Coach Pillow Madisons. Those bags were not as hyped as what we're seeing right now, but those bags were pretty hyped up when they first came out, and I think for good reason. They're absolutely beautiful bags, well made. My friend Julie from Agent Bag Review, she has said they're Coach's best made bag, and I would agree with that. I think those bags are absolutely perfect. But those were a hype, and I bought them after the fact. I bought them on sale, super cheap, pre-loved, and I like to do it that way because I still get to enjoy the hype. Because for me, when something's out of fashion, so to speak, it doesn't mean that I stop loving it. For example, the re-editions, they've had their ups and downs. Obviously, 2000, 2005 is when they were at their peaks. They went down. No one wanted these styles. And they kind of went back up. And I kind of feel like they're on their way back down again. I don't feel like they're releasing as many colors and patterns and things like they were when they were really big a couple years ago. But I still love them. I don't care if they're out of style. Same with my GSTs. Again, not a hype bag, but I love them. Don't care if they're out of style. One bag I did buy as a hype recently was this. And this is, I believe, the Hadley convertible crossbody bag, and it's reminiscent of a YSL bag, and it's this suede material, but it is an outlet bag from Coach, and the material isn't as luscious and luxurious as like the YSL suede or a lot of other houses suede, even Coach's retail suede. This is definitely a less expensive, less quality material, but it's still a gorgeous bag, gorgeous silhouette. I got swindled because this bag was so hyped on TikTok and everyone was buying it. I went to look, they had one left in stock, and if you recall my unboxing, there is a tiny little mark on it that they couldn't fix with their little suede cleaner and suede brush. So I got a little bit of a discount, but I was so hyped up because I kept watching people unbox this, and I thought I have to have it. And since it was so reasonable, right around the $200, I think, and $20 mark, $200 mark. Again, I don't remember exactly what I paid, but I think retail was $220, and then I got a little bit of a discount because of the little mark. I think I got 10% off, so I probably paid about $200. I don't use this bag anymore. I carried it twice, and I liked it, but it just doesn't really fit me very well, and I knew that probably buying it, but I bought it because I was hyped. Now, at $200, not the end of the world, as I said earlier, like with my novelties, but this is definitely a bag that is going to be leaving my collection soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell it, but if you want to see if it's ever listed, check out my Poshmark. That'll be linked below. And you can go there because that's where I sell through, and that's the only platform I will sell through. Like I said, I have not listed it as of when I'm filming this, but I think at some point this bag will be listed for sale because I don't carry her, I don't use her, and she just takes up space on a shelf that I could buy something that I'll use or something that will be a little bit more special to me than something that was hyped on TikTok by a bunch of people I don't know that I got swindled into buying. So obviously I try to avoid being swindled and caught up in the hype just because I don't have the funds to just go nuts and buy bags all the time. I do like to save my money and buy bags of quality. So I would rather buy 2 Prada bags and nothing else for the next 8 to 10 months versus a bunch of bags that are more affordable. It has nothing to do with the price, the brand, or anything, but more affordable bags that are hyped that I think look pretty but don't work for me or don't really serve a purpose and don't bring me joy, so to speak. So let me know below what you guys think, kind of how you interpret the hype bag thing, any hype bags you have bought that you either regret or you're super happy you bought. Again, I'm kind of looking around at my collection. The only other bag I would say that was hyped, I guess I have 2 more I'll just discuss briefly because they're really far away from me. My Coach Rogue, that was one of my first retail Coach bags that I bought years ago, and I do not regret that bag. I absolutely love that bag. It is stunning, it is great quality, and it's very unique and it's very classic. I'm also glad I have one of the older models with the oxblood interior because I have the black one, of course, with gold brass hardware. Love that. That bag you could say was a hype. And then the other one is my TJ Maxx Margot inspired handbag. Again, that was a TikTok and YouTube thing going around. It's very similar to the Margot. To me, it's a Margot meets the Coach Empire carryall for under $200, and it's a great bag. I ended up getting the leather version because I couldn't find any of the suede versions in stock at any of the stores. Now I really, really want the green suede. I would trade my brown leather one for the green, olive green suede, sagey suede, whatever it's called. And I'll try to throw a picture of what that looks like here. Now that's a bag that was hyped. Again, I kept seeing it on TikTok. I said, I don't need this, I don't need this, and then I needed it. I don't regret that bag either. Now, do I use it as often? No, I've carried it a handful of times, but it was very inexpensive. I think I paid like $117 because, again, it had some marks on it and they didn't have any others in stock, so they gave me a discount. I think I mentioned that in the video. I remember the sales associate was kind of rude and implied that, no, anyway, it was just annoying, but there were some scuffs on it, and I'm like, well, you know, it's the only one you have, and the piping was a little bit weird in one spot. Ultimately, I love the bag. I would have bought it anyway full price, but I figured it never hurts to ask in those cases. But I love that bag. I do keep it. I would love it. I'm not getting rid of it. The only way I will get rid of it is if I can get my hands on the olive green suede one. I would try to sell that and then obviously not get my money back, but get some of my money back to put towards the olive green one. The only issue is shipping that thing because it doesn't fold and it doesn't condense. Would be kind of a hassle, so not really sure exactly what I would do with it. But again, a hype that I got caught up in that I don't regret. So really, none of my hype bags are major regrets except my Hadley convertible carry-all, whatever it's called, crossbody. That's really the only one I would say that I regret buying. And if I could go back in time, I would smack myself in the face while standing at the outlet and say, don't do it, you won't want it. So, thank you so much for listening to me ramble. I feel like this is going to be a really boring video, but I do appreciate your support. Please like below, comment, subscribe, and like I said, go back and watch some of my old videos if you're new here. And even if you're not new, maybe there's a video or two you missed. So it never hurts to scroll through and see. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.